starting with the very first DVD to ever be released for the original Powerpuff Girls, and also the very first commercially released Cartoon Network DVD ever, Powerpuff Bluff. And I say that this is the first commercially released Cartoon Network DVD because the very first Cartoon Network DVD ever was a rare promotional DVD for Dexter's Laboratory that was given out as a prize for people who entered a Subway contest. It featured the first two seasons, which were all the episodes of Dexter that were made up to that point, because the show was originally supposed to get canceled in 1999, but then Cartoon Network brought it back for two more seasons from 2001 to 2003. So, yeah, I've seen a commercial promoting it, but since it was a prize, that DVD set might not exist anymore. But it's technically the first Cartoon Network DVD ever. But this was the first Cartoon Network DVD to get a commercial release, coming out all the way back in 2000. You can see that it's not inside a normal DVD case. It's inside what some people like to call a snap case, because it comes in this black tab that snaps open like this. I'm not the biggest fan of this style of packaging. I mean, it looks cool because there's cardboard artwork inside the package, but it's not practical when you put it on the shelf because the back of the package, like right below here, can damage a normal DVD case, a traditional style DVD case, I should say. So I have it in a section with other Warner Brothers DVDs I own in such a case, separated from the rest of the Cartoon Network titles I have, because I don't want them to damage the packaging for the Cartoon Network DVD sets that I own in more traditional packages. But anyways, front, spine, and the back. And here is the inside. Pretty nice looking artwork, like I mentioned earlier, featuring various backgrounds used in the show, along with an episode listing. You can pause here if you want to read what episodes are included, including the very first 22-minute episode of the original Powerpuff Girls, like the first full 22-minute installment, Monkey See, Doggy Do, and Mommy Theorist. So that's cool. And here is the disc. It's nice, but nothing too spectacular. I should also mention that this DVD includes a bonus episode of Sheep in the Big City, making this the only time that show has ever been officially released on DVD here in the United States, as well as pretty much the only place where you can find an episode legally. Like I mentioned earlier, like in an earlier part of this video, the show used to be available to purchase on iTunes, but not anymore. Alright, here is another compilation disc for the original Powerpuff Girls that comes in a very similar package. The main event. Front, spine, and the back. And you can see that there's a sticker on here that says $2, and the reason why is because I actually purchased this used at a store near my hometown of Tracy called Blast from the Past they mostly sell vinyl records and CDs and comic books, but they also have a shelf of DVDs, and I was lucky enough to find this one there. I also like how this DVD has in-character commentaries by Tom Kane and Tom Kenny, acting in character as Mojo Jojo and the Townsville mayor, respectively. That's super cool. Alright, here's the disc. Once again, not the most fanciest, but it has full color artwork, so that's nice. And some more colorful artwork featuring some more backgrounds from the show that has some of the episodes, that has all the episodes, I should say, listed on there. And the reason why there's only 6 cartoons listed is because the majority of the ones that are on here, the episodes, are 22-minute long episodes rather than most of them being 11-minute episodes, like on the previous DVD. Alright, finally for my compilation DVDs for the original Powerpuff Girls, but not the final classic Powerpuff Girls DVD I own, is Meet the Beat-Alls, which I got a couple months ago, so it's one of the more recent Cartoon Network DVDs I've purchased, and I got this for only $2, which I think is a pretty good deal. Though I think that part of the reason why I got it for so cheap was because they weren't sure whether or not this was an early copy of this DVD. For those of you who don't know, early copies of this DVD were infected with a virus called FunLove, not Joybug, like I originally said it was when I first showed you all this DVD in an earlier video. So if you were to put it on a DVD-ROM on your computer could get a virus. I'm not sure if my copy has the virus or not. I really hope not, but I don't want to risk it. So I have a computer that I borrow, like it's a family computer that I sometimes watch DVDs on, but I haven't even bothered putting this DVD in, testing it out, because I really don't want to give the family computer a virus and have the rest of my family members be angry at me. But anyways, this artwork is probably the nicest artwork for my compilation DVDs for the original Powerpuff Girls. Front, spine, and the back. And here is the inside. Since the title of the DVD and one of the episodes that are included on here, I should say, as well, was referencing the Beatles, the disc is designed to look like a vinyl record, which I think is super cool. And once again, some pretty nice looking back artwork listing the episodes included here. That's cool, though the artwork isn't as detailed and colorful as it was on the previous 2 compilation discs for the original Powerpuff Girls that I own. Finally, for my DVDs for the original Powerpuff Girls, I have the Powerpuff Girls movie. This DVD has been out of print for years now, so I'm definitely happy that I was able to get it used at half-price Books of all places for only $6. Unfortunately, there is one problem with this DVD. The movie is in pan and scan 4:3 rather than its original widescreen production aspect ratio that it was released in theaters in. It's unfortunate. There is a UK DVD that presents the movie in its proper widescreen aspect ratio, but not only is it a region 2, so I would have to buy a region-free DVD player in order for it to work, or import a region 2 DVD player from the UK, which I honestly don't want to do, but the movie is obviously in PAL if you were to buy the region 2 DVD, and the region 2 DVD is bare bones. Unlike the region 1 DVD of the movie, which has quite a few really cool special features on it. Anyways, front, spine, and the back. See right there, it says standard version. This film has been modified from its original version. It's been formatted to fit your screen. So yeah, pan and scan. The DVD also includes a bonus Dexter's Laboratory short, Chicken Scratch, which was included with the Powerpuff Girls movie when it was released in theaters. So I think that's pretty cool, even though the short is also in pan and scan, just like the movie. Alright, so here is the disc. It's nice looking artwork, but it just copies the art that's on the front cover, as opposed to the previous Powerpuff Girls DVDs I showed you having different artwork on the actual discs. And right over there is a scene selection with a couple of thumbnails. That's super cool. Now, here's a DVD release that I know a lot of people are going to be happy that I have in my collection. The complete first season of Ed, Edd n Eddy, everyone's favorite Cartoon Network series except mine. This is a extremely unpopular opinion, I know, but I don't think that Ed, Edd n Eddy is the greatest Cartoon Network show ever. I do think that it's not only a good show, but a great show. However, it's not my all-time favorite. I don't know. While the character designs are really cool, they're a little bit too weird, and the characters themselves are a little bit too over the top and hyper for my taste. That being said, I still like the show enough to want to own it on DVD, and I actually got this DVD set during the time that it was temporarily out of print. This DVD came out all the way back in, I believe it was either 2005 or 2006. I'll have to take a look at the back of the case. But it went out of print in the summer of 2016, and it was going for ridiculously high prices on Amazon and eBay. But in 2019, the set went back into print, but with a new slipcover, similar to the reissue of the Powerpuff Girls Season 1 set that I own. I don't see a point in re-buying it just to have a new slipcover, so if I didn't purchase this used, I probably would have bought that set if it once it came back into print. But I guess I was so desperate to have it in my collection, and I didn't think it was going to go back into print, that I decided to buy it used, not being aware that it would, because, you know, it took 3 years after this went out of print for it to come back into print. Even though it's the reprinted version is literally just this DVD underneath the new slipcover, even having the same inserts. And that's important to me because of something you'll see once I actually get to show you the insert. But anyways, front, spine, and the back. Alright, let me see the bottom here. Okay, so there is a 2006 copyright date. So yeah, this DVD came out in 2006. This shows you how long it takes for Cartoon Network to release DVDs of their shows, since Season 1 of Ed, Edd n Eddy aired in 1999. It was actually produced the year prior, and it was originally going to premiere on November 18th, 1998, alongside the original Powerpuff Girls. But for some weird reason, Cartoon Network decided to delay the premiere to January of 1999. Alright, here is the inside. Here is Disc 1, featuring Eddie, and Disc 2, featuring Ed. That's with 1D at the end. And here is the insert. The front and inside of the insert are pretty standard. The front copies the artwork that's on the front cover, and the inside of the insert is an episode guide. So nothing really too surprising about that. But the reason why it surprises me that they kept the same insert is what's advertised on the back of the insert. The back of the insert is an advertisement for other Cartoon Network DVDs, as well as video games. for the PlayStation 2. If someone new who never heard of that Ed and Eddie before bought this DVD, they would think, oh, maybe I could buy all this stuff. But no. Pretty much all of these DVDs are out of print. So, yeah. I find it amusing that they decided to keep the same insert for this DVD when they reprinted it in 2019. Alright, now here is the DVD release for my personal pick for the best classic Cartoon Network show, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. This DVD is Season 1, and Seasons 2 and 3 of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends were also released on DVD, but I only have Season 1. Because, unfortunately, Season 2 of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends is out of print, like the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy season set is, and like the Ed, Edd and Eddy Season 1 DVD used to be. And Season 3 is a burn-on-demand DVD-R set from the Warner Brothers archive. So I really don't want to pay ridiculously high prices to get those extra seasons, even though I love Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. So until Season 2 hopefully gets re-released in a similar style to how the Ed, Edd and Eddy Season 1 DVD was reprinted, I'll probably buy that if it got reprinted. Yeah, hopefully that will happen. Because Season 1, this DVD set, got reprinted as well alongside the Ed, Edd and Eddy and Powerpuff Girls Season 1 sets, even though this season set was already still in print when it got reprinted, so there was no point in it being reprinted. Still, I guess I would probably buy that reissue with the new slipcover if Season 2 got re-released with a similar style of slipcover. But anyways, front, spine, and the back. Pretty nice looking wraparound artwork on the case. That's super cool. Obviously, it's themed to the episode Star Wars. And here's what we got inside. The inside of the case is pretty similar to the packaging used for the Ed, Edd and Eddy Season 1 DVD set. Here is Disc 1 and Disc 2, and both of the two discs feature Blue in different poses. And we have an insert that's pretty similar to the one used for the Ed, Edd and Eddy Season 1 set. Complete with an advertisement for it. Alright, now here are some DVD releases that not that many people have seen before. Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi, Volume 1 and Volume 2. When I first saw these DVDs, I gasped because I never thought in a million years that Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi, out of all the Cartoon Network shows in the entire CN original, cartoon, whatever you want to call their original programs as canon, would get a DVD release, since Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi is one of Cartoon Network's more obscure cartoons, along the lines of Sheep in the Big City, Whatever Happened to Robot Jones, Evil Con Carne, Time Squad, shows like those. So I was shocked to see that it not only had one, but two DVD releases. Obviously, when the show was first on the air, it must have been popular enough for CN to justify giving it the DVD release treatment that so few Cartoon Network shows that were more popular, I should add, had ever gotten. And I know UV is definitely happy to see that I have these DVDs, since, like I mentioned earlier, Puffy Amiyumi is tied with Camp Lazlo as his favorite Cartoon Network show. So, yeah, I got both of these used, but surprisingly, they're still in print. For now, at least. They also come in colored cases with glitter on them. I mean, Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi was technically considered a girl show, even though a lot of boys liked it too. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that it's in the case. Like, I mean, it's in a traditional case. It's just stylized differently. But anyways, here's the first volume. Let's go, featuring the first 4 episodes of the series in chronological order. Front, spine, and the back. And I say 4 episodes, even though it says that this DVD has 12 adventures, because every episode of Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi, with I think maybe 1 or 2 exceptions, consist of 3 7-minute shorts. And even more surprisingly than the fact that it has a DVD release, this DVD release has special features on it. Jeez. I mean, Puffy Amiyumi is a good show, but give the special features to a more popular series. Even like Dexter or Courage. But anyways, here's what we got inside. Pretty nice looking full color artwork on the disc. And we have 2 inserts. The first one was a mail-in rebate insert, where you would have the option to get $5 back by mail if you were to purchase both of the 2 DVD releases for the show together, and send the proof of purchases, of course. Though you can see on the back here that it expired on February 21st, 2006, so this obviously doesn't work anymore. And the second insert is double-sided. The first insert gives a summary for all the episodes that are included on the discs. I really like how they have the little line dividing all the shorts for each individual episode. See, there's a line over there separating the shorts for episodes 1 and 2, and then a line over there separating the shorts for episodes 3 and 4. That's super cool. Along with some really, really nice thumbnails and character profiles of Ami and Yumi. And the back of the insert is an advertisement for Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi merchandise? Come on, give me some of those plush toys. I need them for my collection, oh. Whoop. Alright, now here is the second DVD for Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi, Rock Forever. Pretty much the same deal as the previous DVD. 4 episodes of the show, like 4 22-minute long ones, and each of them have 3 7-minute shorts, so it's 12 shorts total. And but this time they are random episodes from seasons 1 and 2. So they're not in chronological order like the previous DVD for the show was, which is a little bit strange and inconsistent, but what are you going to do about it? The show does have a complete series DVD set, but only in Japan, where Puffy Amiyumi are still popular to this day. And when I say Puffy Amiyumi, I mean the band that the show is based upon, whose members you can see right below there, not the cartoon. Front, spine, and the back. Once again, there are special features, surprisingly, but still nicely. And here's what we got inside. Once again, really nice full color artwork on the disc. And two inserts that are pretty much the same deal as on the first DVD for the show, with another copy of the same mail and rebate insert, and another episode guide. But of course, this time it's for the episodes that are on this DVD. Though the Puffy Amiyumi toys advertised on the back here are the same. Oh wait, I completely forgot. I forgot about this DVD. Well, technically I didn't forget, since I already have other copies of this disc in the second and third 4-kid favorite sets for Cartoon Network, but I forgot to show the individual release of this DVD. Codename Kids Next Door Super Hugest Missions File 1. Just like the Powerpuff Girls main event compilation disc, I got this at Blast from the Past for only $2, which is a pretty good deal since this is out of print. I don't really need it anymore since I already have the disc on the 4-kid favorite sets for Cartoon Network that I mentioned earlier, but there's some pretty nice looking artwork on this snap case, so I'm not ready to part with it just yet. Front, spine, and the back has some cheat codes for the official Game Boy Advance video game for Codename Kids Next Door, which I guess is kind of neat. And the back of the case is also the episode guide, listing all the episodes and giving a brief summary of them, so that's cool. And here's what we got inside. Same disc as the version of this DVD that was in the 4-kid favorite sets for Cartoon Network that I mentioned included it. But there is some more nice looking artwork. I find it strange that they just have an episode listing on here that acts as sort of a scene select when a brief summary for each of the episodes included here is already listed on the back of the case. In my opinion, it should have been swapped around. Have just the episodes themselves listed on the back and then have the summary inside. Kind of like the Ed, Edd n Eddy and Foster's Home DVDs that I showed you. Or even better of a comparison, the Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi ones. But, it is what it is. Yeah, I completely forgot to show this one. I should have shown it in between the Ed, Edd n Eddy and Foster's Home one, since I was showing all these DVDs in the order in which each show premiered in, and Ed, Edd n Eddy premiered in 1999, Codename Kids Next Door in 2002, and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends in 2004. So yeah, I'm completely sorry that I forgot to show you all this one when the time was right. But anyways, now we're diving into the 2010s of Cartoon Network. Yep, now we're getting into the modern Cartoon Network shows that I currently own on DVD. And by modern Cartoon Network shows, of course I mean modern Cartoon Network originals. First, for my DVDs for the modern Cartoon Network original programs, come on and grab your friends. We're going to very distant lands. Yep, that's right. I have 3 DVD releases of Adventure Time. I have seasons 1, 2, and 4. Don't have season 3 yet for whatever reason. So, another unpopular opinion. While I do think Adventure Time is a good show, I don't think it's one of the greatest shows that come out of Cartoon Network. I don't know, I guess I find it, some of the lore and whatnot, like some of the characters, a little bit too strange for my taste. But maybe that isn't that fair of a comparison since I love Star versus the Force of Evil, and that show can get pretty weird sometimes. But I guess the show was a little bit too far estranged from reality for me to like it as much as some people do. I still think it's a good show. It's just when it comes to cartoons, I prefer ones that have a more of a better connection to our world. Like Star versus the Force of Evil can get pretty weird sometimes, but at the same time there's good elements in there that help ground it in reality. So it's not too far off from the world that we live in. So I hope you guys understand what I mean. I'm not trying to diss the show or anything like that. I do like it. It's just that I'm not in a rush to buy all of its DVD releases right now because most of them are pretty expensive, like $20 to $30 each on Amazon. All of these DVDs were also given Blu-ray releases, but I don't own any of the Blu-ray releases because the final two season sets for Adventure Time were only released on DVD. So if I get all of the Adventure Time season releases, the final two would look a bit out of place on my shelf. But anyways, let's start off my DVDs for Adventure Time with the complete first season. The season DVD releases for Adventure Time have some of the coolest packaging I've ever seen for any DVD releases, ever. Each DVD set comes inside a die-cut slipcover meant to represent a specific character and the many different layers that can be found on them. For example, Season 1 has Finn with his hat on the front cover, front, left side, right side, and the back of the slipcover. But underneath, the case has Finn without his hat. And the insert and the two discs that are included have Finn's skin, let's see here, his guts, his skull, and his brain. And pretty much all the individual season DVD releases for Adventure Time are pretty much the same deal when it comes to this type of package. The insert is an episode guide listing all the episodes included here, which are all 11-minute episodes. And the back of the insert advertises some Adventure Time